before we head out of this episode, Brett, I do want to give a sneak preview at something that's happening on Saturday because we're probably not going to have time to cover it in our next episode. And that's the Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. fight that's going to be happening. Have you seen the pictures of Mike Tyson? He's ripped. He looks like he's taken this seriously, and Mike Tyson is a terrifying fighter. He is a very, very experienced, had a lot of success at heavyweight, and Roy Jones Jr. only fought once at that weight class. He won the championship belt, but he only fought once at heavyweight. I don't know if Roy Jones Jr. can take on Mike Tyson. I don't care that Tyson's 3 years older than Roy Jones Jr. Tyson's a terrifying man regardless of what age he is, I think. He's a very, very strong man with a very powerful knockout punch. And that's why he's a 200 favorite, and he's minus 150 to win by a TKO, KO, or a DQ. That's how the books think it's probably going to happen. We'll see, though. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows how hard they go?
I have no idea. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I really have no idea. These are two guys that are way past their prime here, Higgins.
54 and 51 years old.
Oh, man. And then the other fight is Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson. So just a really wacky card we've got this weekend.
Yeah, former NBA star Nate Robinson jumped over Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson, versus YouTuber Jake Paul, the younger brother of Logan Paul, who's also done this charity boxing match thing. This boxing match, by the way, is going to be a $50 pay-per-view if you want to go and watch it. So not only would you be putting money down to bet on it, but you'd also have to be putting money down to buy it as well. An interesting line that I did see, though, Brett, was which of those two fights do you think's going to last longer? I think that Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson has a high probability that it could go the entire length. I don't think it's going to be a very good boxing match. Who knows? If it could. Someone could have been boxing for a while and catches one sleeping and knocks him out. I feel like it could just also be very bad and doesn't get called and goes all the way to the distance and goes to the judges' table. It builds the suspense for the Tyson Jones Jr. fight by going longer. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I got to be honest with you, Higgins. Whoever had to handicap that bet, like what bout will last more rounds, I feel so bad for that guy. Like when he got that job, he probably thought, "Oh boy, I get to handicap like the Super Bowl. Oh man, I'm handicapping the NBA." They're like, "Hey, give us some lines for." Which fight will last longer, Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. or, wait for it, Jake Paul versus Nate Robinson? And that...
One of those fights sounds so legit, and the other one sounds like I have no idea what I am going to watch.
Yeah, I really, honestly have no idea what to expect in the Jake Paul-Nate Robinson fight. They have odds listed, though, so I mean, that is incredible.
Nate Robinson plus 145. But they didn't believe in him when he tried to go against Dwight Howard in the slam dunk contest either. I'm not going to find myself on this. I think it'll be entertaining to watch the content that comes out of it, but I think it's something notable to talk about that makes your Saturday of Thanksgiving even more interesting. You want something interesting to talk about at Thanksgiving dinner if you're doing that. Bring up this fight. Find out who thinks who's going to win.
Hey, why not? I mean, anytime Tyson gets in the ring, it's news for sure. So I think that's fair.
And it's a non-political argument you can have at your Thanksgiving table, courtesy of boxing.
There you go, a non-political argument. That sounds pretty good, Higgins. That's actually a great suggestion for no other reason.